Super secret streaming. Hello. Gay buddy.
City of love, romance, and dreams.
It's not how it starts.
So they say. I used to say it too. But ever since that day,
Yeah.
day of the murder, I've always associated my beloved Paris.
My PC gets so
Death.
dusty. Broken sur le Shadow of the Templars. Damn you, Cecil. A new PC chair. Oh, I've not set this up. Have I set this up on Twitch properly? Is there any way to find out? Probably not. Facial expressions. Good work, guys. I wonder if I put a delay on this as well. Guess I'll never know. Buddy, press Insifo.
I was at home having a bath when my editor called.
On the video phone.
Collard, get your ass over to the Palais Royal now. You got an interview. With Pierre Carchon. Yes, the Pierre Carchon. No photos, so leave your gear at home. He asked for you.
He's a very important
personally.
dude.
Don't ask me why. Anyhow, this could be big, so if he makes a pass, don't forget. Just smile, say yes, and keep taking notes.
So charming and so very apt.
Great.
Pierre
So if he makes a
Carchon
pass,
was
yeah,
immediately
you have to
a
go. Yeah, it's
national
fine.
hero, and one of the
It's
most
disgraceful.
infamous adulterers in Europe. He and his wife Imelda were just one step down from royalty. Whoa, I hate mimes.
It's
But unless
Merlin.
you humor them, they don't go away. Here I was, the palace of the Media King and the Ice Queen. I pressed the doorbell
And she was going to get some.
and set in motion a chain of events which would change
No, the
my
mime
life
set in
forever.
motion.
Yes? What is it?
Madame, my name is
You're a beautiful young
Nicolas.
woman.
I'm
Yes.
here to see
Get
Mr.
out.
Carchon.
Come up, we're on the first floor.
Did you bring condoms and lube? No, why? What kind of use this?
Madame Carchon, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I'm sure.
The Ice
We
Queen was certainly
sprawled out
living
his
up to her
floor.
reputation.
Being a bitch. Give over.
Will you be staying for the interview?
Mademoiselle, I know little of my husband's business affairs, and
Oh,
I
wow.
care even less. I certainly have no intention
Oh,
of watching him
wow.
pore over yet another pretty little journalist.
Pretty. You're too kind, madame.
Little how dare you. Shit's gonna get serious.
The talented and very beautiful Mademoiselle Collard. Such a
Covering up
pleasure
his
to meet
erection,
you
you
at
can
last.
tell.
Monsieur
It's like,
Carchon.
yeah, need a
I
bottle of
am
hat to cover
honored.
this up.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
Call me Pierre, please. But I do not flatter you idly. I was a friend of your father. He was a great man.
My father, he never mentioned.
He and I were very close. And then his death. So tragic. I must... Imelda, your damned cat's in my study again. Another Ming vase, I suppose.
Whoops. Ming's gonna be
Excuse me
pissed.
for one moment, my dear girl.
Mingzy merciless.
You journalists are getting younger each year.
Perhaps it's the rest of the
Perfect.
world getting older, madame.
Smack her, go on.
That was no cat.
God, what? Monsieur Carchon!
You never thought to ask what the fuck are you doing here, Mr. Mime? Might be a question to ask.
He's dead. I must call the police. You'd better stay here.
There was a man. It was the mime. Do you think he...
Well, I believe we can rule out suicide, don't you?
You never
No
know.
wonder they called her the Ice Queen. She would
She's
have
thinking
been
of all the
top on
dollar
my list of
billios that are coming her
suspects
way.
if I hadn't seen the attacker myself. And if I hadn't come across a couple of murders just like this
Why should I have pink
already.
eyes?
One of the most important men in Europe murdered.
Bit
And
for
here
yourself.
was I, Nico Coulard, alone
Expert.
at the scene of the crime. Should I wait
Sweat
for
I
the
went to
cops
be.
or start my own investigation? It was a no-brainer.
We wouldn't have a game if you wait for the cops. What was? Alex in the bath. Disturbed by Funker. Yada yada yada. Sorry for. Must get the bomb story for police arrive. There we go. That's all I'm looking for. Areas of interest which will indicate animated blue circle. When the pointer press passes over an object which can be interacted, it will change to animated icon reflective field action. I've played this before, so I know what I'm doing. Let's get straight down to the nitty-gritty.
Mimes and guns don't usually go together, but I had an idea that this was no ordinary mime. I'd come across this murderer before and written about him.
The costume killer.
Costume killer. At least that's what I'd called him.
Seems so original. Ah, my hair clip.
It was one of my hair clips. My favorite, in fact. It must have fallen when I was knocked down.
Hair clip.
I closed his eyes. It was the least I could do for the poor fellow. I opened his eyes. I opened
he's still
his
alive.
eyes. Best to leave. Some people hate searching corpses for clues. Me, I'm okay with it. Reminds me
Her
of an old
ex-boyfriend was
boyfriend.
dead. That's what she means. Yoinkle.
In his pocket, I found a ticket stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie.
Probably a
Taking the
bar
ticket
brothel.
meant I tampered with the evidence. There was no going back now.
Now to take the bullet.
Carchon, I'd be...
Nothing to investigate around here. He's holding something? No. Right. The police said they're gonna know.
A small round piece of glass had been cut out of the pane. This was a
What if we change
professional
that?
job. The killer must have used a ladder to reach the window. He was long gone. Guess he folded that ladder up.
Yep.
I didn't want to cut me. Call me old-fashioned, but I like to keep...
If
A
only
bust
most men
of
thought like
Pierre
that.
Carchon, humble servant of La France.
Of the France. F it, this way.
The police could turn up at any minute. Somewhere there were clues to the murder, and I needed to find them. It was a boat ticket. When I was a little girl,
This is gonna get random. Alright, get off the phone. We have things to talk about.
She was deep in conversation. She totally ignored me.
Oh well, stealing things. It's been a while since I've played
It
this,
was
so...
a tube of acrylic paint. French ultramarine.
Ooh.
Just the color I was after for my bathroom.
I'm sorry, I have to go. Someone is...
Stealing shit. Like an adventure gamer.
Young lady, what are you doing? Oh, this paint.
Stealing what's not bottled
It's
down.
my favorite color.
For God's sake, keep the damn stuff.
Yeah. Thanks, honey. I do like how it tells you how long you've
Excuse
been
me, madam.
recording for and streaming.
Yes?
So, her husband took secret boat trips. Did she really need to see the ticket?
Yes.
The last thing she needed... Would you like to see...
What a ridiculous...
I am so sorry for your loss, madam.
No, you're not. You're a journalist. Journalists don't feel sorry.
Not true.
We shall see.
Oh, like that, huh, Missy?
Why did your husband send for me? What did he want to discuss?
I have no idea. His business was his business.
He never told you anything.
No. And frankly, I preferred it that way.
Nothing. Sorry, just installing Twitch on my
How
phone.
did your husband know my father?
I have no idea.
You didn't know him? Thierry Coulard?
Pierre knew a lot of
Here we are,
people I
Dolly.
didn't know, most
Lots
of
of
them
women.
women.
Why
Well, the
would a
mime.
mime want to kill your husband?
Pierre had plenty of enemies. Half the husbands in Paris for a start. This is quite a scoop for you. I suppose you're already inventing the headlines.
Just because I am a journalist.
Don't patronize me. You're all cut from the same cloth. Do you have any moral sense at all?
No. But of course.
Yes, that's why I do this job.
You do it to see your name in print.
As if my editor gets the byline, I just do the work.
Well, don't expect my sympathy.
The police will be here soon, madame. Is there anybody you would like me to contact? Family, friends?
No, I have no family. Pierre and I were... He was all I had, really. Not much, was it? The dutiful wife. That was my role.
Yep.
He never talked, never let me in.
I know one thing, madame.
What?
If you
I
want
will
to
gain
find
this
out who
killer
killed
for
your
you.
husband,
I will dedicate
then
my
you
life.
let me do the job, not the police.
Because this
Why?
arc.
How do I know I can trust you?
Your husband invited me here today because he needed me.
Just playing with Mike.
He knew
Sorry.
somebody wanted to kill him, and he knew I could help.
I doubt it was your database he was after.
You're wrong. I was onto his killers already. I am sure of it. Please, you owe it to him.
I don't know.
All I need is a few more minutes to look around before the police come.
You really do have a moral sense, don't you? I trust so few people.
That's so
and
lucky.
perhaps Pierre really did think that you could help. Of course it wouldn't have stopped him seducing you too. Here, take this.
His friend's daughter.
It's the key to the drawing room next to the library at the end of the hall.
Not so nice
it
people
was
normally do.
Pierre's room. I rarely went in there. I could...
Bored now.
Thank you. There was no one I needed.
He deserves his kiss. Although I've played this before, but I can't remember what bits need to do.
I
Yoink.
reckoned that
Aha!
even my fingernail...
I have nothing. What do I?
Aha! Nico, you are just so damn good at this stuff. Instead of comforting Imelda, I was... Because there was something going on. And hey, she'd been rude...
Yoink. Thanks. Let's go steal stuff.
The door was locked.
But I did. I have a key. We're in!
Now we were getting somewhere.
This way. Townsend.
The painting showed the Cachons together, in love. As the poet said, the past is a different country. Or did I read that in a
The
fortune
past is a
cookie?
different country.
There was the very...
Yeah.
Behind the picture was a safe.
And I'll probably use this key to get in there. How much
In
porn?
the safe was some kind of artifact. There were strange symbols on its surface. It looked like if there was one thing I'd learned, but these symbols scratched into stone. I needed to find at least the stone was round. And what could I... Sure, I was stealing, but I knew Imelda.
I can read quicker than she can talk. Tell me I got the power.
As expected, the desk was yet another priceless antique.
Yawn.
The blotter and in tray had clearly been placed with mathematical... My heart skipped a beat. It had been made by my... I knew for certain because it carved into a box here. So Cachon hadn't... I decided to take the carved elephant.
Yoink.
I didn't need a sheet of blotting paper.
No, with that attitude. I'll just fuck everything up, it'll be fine.
I'd spread blue paint over the bottom of the tray. It was ruined. I was a very bad, bad girl, but also quite a clever one.
And being sexist towards yourself. You're a grown woman, damn it, not a girl.
I rolled the artifact in the paint until it was completely coated.
Giggity.
I didn't need a sheet.
She put it back in her jacket.
Genius. The roller and the paint worked just as I planned.
Good dams.
But what did it say?
Subjudice.
It was some kind of coded message. It read, subjudice. I may not have learned a lot as a journalist, but that was a term I knew well. It means a legal case that is before the courts. Below it was a sequence of letters that made no sense.
Good times.
I suddenly realized there was a connection between the boat ticket and the
Subjudice.
coded message. The boat ticket was stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. The conciergerie on the Ile de la Cité, by the river, housed the ancient law courts. So, subjudice
Under the law
could,
courts.
in this case, mean literally under the law courts, below the conciergerie. I was pretty sure
Just
I
in
found
case
all I could
I didn't
here.
catch on,
And
that's what she's saying as
besides,
well.
all this opulence was making me pine. This was a huge story, but I was and if I could just I was definitely.
Can't remember if there's anything else I need to do around here. What else do I need to do? That's it. Let's go and tell her what a bitch she is. Turn the lights off.
I didn't need the light.
I'm pretty sure I've got everything I need from this place, but I ain't too sure, to be honest. It's been a while since I played it. Stolen anything that's not bolted down, thanks.
Did you find anything useful?
This carving. Do you know anything about it?
It was Pierre's. What does the statue have to do with...
Please, I need to
Smash
know.
on the head.
He was given it by a friend. Something to do with Africa.
He never explained anymore.
No. But I think it was important to him. Always on display. Why?
It
There
was
isn't.
carved by my father.
Oh, I see. I
Wrong
didn't
button,
know.
wrong button.
Imelda, I will do everything I can to find the killer.
Thank you, my dear.
And if the police ask,
Don't worry. You were never here.
subjudice was the key. I was going to have to find a way under the conciergerie. I decided to head straight for the quayside on the Ile de la Cité. If there was a way of getting under the conciergerie, it would have to be from there.
Yes.
Canchon wasn't the type for messing about on the river. He was
We're
up
on for
to
fucking
something
about.
down here. Something that...
Chip. Good.
The
Damn it.
fence wouldn't move.
Do. This one wouldn't move either.
This fence wouldn't...
Look over here. Go with some sort of symbol.
The cross looked familiar. I'd seen it. It was embroidered on the... I knew I was on the right track.
Happy days. 18 minutes, that's probably enough for one day. Should be fine. Check the recording. Well, streaming, the recording on there, you know what I mean. If anyone's watching, it's time to GTFO, son, I'm afraid.